Aloha y'all. So as I'm making this video, I'm currently 20 hours in a dry fast, and I want to talk about breatharianism real quick. And I feel like it's definitely something that we all want to work towards attaining, because not to sound like a crazy person, but you know, if you really are a spiritual being having a human experience, then forget the human experience and focus on the spiritual being. So why not just practice on withdrawing from the physical plane for a little bit so you can really see if you are able to trust your spirit. And I think fasting is one of the best ways you can do that. So I prefer dry fasting over water fasting times 1,000, because dry fasting, you get it done in 3 times faster than water fasting. Because 24 hours of dry fasting is equivalent to 3 days of water fasting. And also, I notice I feel really good and steady, but also in a theta brainwave state of mind when I'm in my dry fast, because it's more like the fire element and it's really transmutive and transformative. It's easier than water fasting because you're not dealing with emotions as much. It's more like this inner combustion is happening where you're just burning all the impurities out of you, because your body is using all the old water, like the old memory patterns that were stored in the old water, and it's using that to be pulled out of you, and you're going to be reset with the cleanest water that you put in your body. And I have a water ionizer as well as sun water, so I'm going to break it with probably chlorophyll, alkaline water, and lemon water, as well as cucumber juice. Something I noticed is that I actually have a lot of energy, because it's a different form of energy, spiritual energy, right? And you feel a lot lighter. I have to do things a lot more slower, which isn't good or bad. It's more like I'm in the theta brainwave state, I feel like, all the time. And if I try to be like forceful or do anything that's like alpha beta brainwave state, then I get lightheaded. So I think, you know, if you're breatharian, you want to be in a point in your life where you can actually safely fast, where you're not, you know, going to work every day or being in the matrix. I feel like it makes so much more sense to just do it in 24 hours and drag it out 3 days and have to experience a roller coaster of emotions, because water is emotion. I just think that the 3 days leading up to your dry fast, you want to be intermittent fasting, mostly water fasting, and just fruit. Like, I just had local fruit and chlorophyll water leading up to, and some supplements like Irish sea moss. Also, it's just, you feel so much more freedom to like be tuned in to whatever dimension you wanted to tune into. Like, I can literally just close my eyes and drift off and go somewhere else for 30 minutes and come back, and then go somewhere else and then come back. So it's very it's a different kind of fun. It's a different kind of experience. I highly recommend. So yeah, you want to like really prepare your body 3 days leading up to it, because you want to make sure you're all cleansed out of any old karmic debt, you know. So think about, like, since you've been on this earth, how every single day your body is processing food. Think about how you never give it a break if you don't fast. So this is definitely something, especially in these final days that we're in, that everybody should be stepping up and really be practicing more of, because not only does it's about spiritual discipline, right? And for me, it's like my Neptune and my Uranus are in my 8th house in Capricorn. So this is like something that I've really matured into, learning how to fast. Like, it's something that you have to spiritually mature into, because it's really just withdrawing from the physical plane and being tuned into higher energies. And you know, it's a really test of what your true, the core of your foundation, your spiritual beliefs are, and as well as how you're able to practice what you believe. So when you break your dry fast, you want to make sure your kidneys are being protected. So you want to break it with something very alkaline. The first time I did a dry fast, I broke it with baking soda water, because that's what I heard. But I think I'm going to try lemon water this time, because it alkalizes and cleanses the body, and it's from nature. Like the baking soda water, okay, like the baking soda water, it felt weird, but that's what I heard you should do. But I also think I'm just gonna do water, chlorophyll water for today, because chlorophyll water is super detoxifying and cleansing of your blood and purifying and resetting it with nature, and it brings more oxygen to your body. So yeah. And something else I've noticed is like every breath I take just feels a lot more, I feel like I'm tripping all the time, honestly. Like when I am in this state of just being tuned in to, you know, was true, the pure form of spirit. This AM, after I did my yoga, I had a little like hunger in my stomach, and I knew I was battling these, you know, parasites in my, everybody has parasites in their, I mean, if you've eaten like processed food before at some point in your life, or you eaten meat before at some point, you probably have parasites in your body. And there's different things that you can do to cleanse it and get rid of it. And dry fasting is a very effective way to do it, because you're essentially starving them of everything. So not only are you increasing your vibration, because you're freeing yourself from so many things. I feel so much freedom in terms of not having to worry about anything, knowing that I am enough, you know, just everything. Like last night I did a meditation before, and I was affirming to myself that I already have everything that I need within, as well as, you know, the spiritual energy is what really is like the true form of eternal life, of infinite potential, and that's within all of us. And I think fasting is something that I never used to do, but this is my second dry fast, and I prefer it over water fasting times 300. You know, there's like breatharians who live in, like people who are breatharians that live in caves, and they literally haven't consumed anything for like years, or I don't know, wasn't Jesus in the desert for like 40 days? I think that's like our highest potential we can do. But I also I also feel like you're not serving a collective purpose if you're gonna be sitting in a cave and being a breatharian, you know, because where the North Node is at and where the South Node is at, North Node in Gemini is about connecting with people around you. It's about sharing information. It's the air sign. And Sagittarius is like the teacher, you know. Gemini is a student. It's like a child. It's like free to learn. Because the South Node is in Sagittarius, the era of like having a guru and learning from these sages and stuff like that is over, because the guru is you. You are your own teacher through your ultimately your own your shadow reflection is your ultimate teacher. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope this video inspires you to practice fasting, as well as try dry fasting. Do your research before. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have anything to say or any questions, as well as subscribe.